Doctor Who The Age of Steel, the 6th episode of Series 2, is written by Tom McRae and starring David Tennant, Billy Piper and Noel Clarke. The first story to feature Cybermen in a new Who series, Part 2. So yeah, it begins with the Doctor uses his TARDIS technology to blast all the Cybermen surrounding a gang, which is a good way to get them out of this. I loved Mrs. Moore's lines when she's like, "Finish chatting? Never see a slow getaway in my life." We also have Scooby-Doo reference from Pete Tyler when he calls the Preachers Scooby-Doo and his gang and compare their van to the Mystery Machine. It's such a great gag. Apparently the Preachers have secret broadcasts from Gemini, which turns out to be Pete Tyler, and yeah, he only worked for Lumig to get the information he needs. So yeah, John Lumig begins the transmission of people using those earpods, and it's like they're offline as they walk into a cyber factory to get themselves upgraded. I love the running scene with the music, it's pretty well done. It's really sad Ricky got killed off, but at least we still have Mickey. Apparently in the deleted scene, Jake reveals that Ricky was his boyfriend, no idea why they deleted it. Because Mr. Crane betrayed Lumig and messed up his life support system on his wheelchair, he gets deleted by a Cyberman and, well, Lumig gets upgraded. So everyone's plan is to go into Cyber Factory and stop Lumig from turning everyone into Cybermen. When Peter and Rose wears a fake earpods to walk in the factory, and that music for some reason reminds me of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire theme, and it sounds kind of like this. Or is it just me? But either way, they are great. It's a shame that they're too late as Jackie is already, well, upgraded. So yeah, Jackie in a parallel Earth dies and Peter Tyler in the real Earth dies. So yeah, good match. I love the factory scene where the people gets upgraded and there's few Cybermen with Marigold's theme. That was well done. When the Doctor and Mrs. Moore went down to the cooling tunnel and they shot a few Cybermen leaning on the wall very still. With the jump scare, that gave me a fright. I was like, whoa! I did not expect that. What's really intense was when all the Cybermen in the cooling tunnels activated and while the Doctor and Mrs. Moore was running. Man, I can't tell you how intensing it is when I first watched it. Thankfully they made it out. We also find out Mrs. Moore's backstory, as her real name is Angela Price, and she has a husband and kids, and they think she died in order to keep them safe. When Mrs. Moore threw the electric-magnetic bomb at a Cyberman, the Doctor opens a logo thing on the chest. We see bits of flesh inside, which is gross. It's a sad scene when that Cyberman is Sally Phelan was getting married to someone called Gareth, but, well, this happened. When Mrs. Moore got up and a Cyberman was right behind her with a jump scare and deleted her, that was really scary and really sad. I like the character Mrs. Moore. She made a great leader of the Preachers. So when Mickey and Jake took down two guards and climbed into a Zeppelin, there was another jump scare of a Cyberman, which they thought it was a display, but when it moved, it was really intense. And yeah, while it was trying to kill Mickey, it accidentally destroyed the transmission, which got people back to themselves and ran from Cyber's Industries. The Cyber control in this episode is pretty cool. I love the voice as well. I used to have the action figure of Cyber Controller with two Cybermen with it. Well, somewhere here. I enjoyed the Doctor's bantering around, it is really entertaining. So Mickey types in numbers and sends it to Rose, which is a binary 9. As a result, the Doctor used that to kill all the Cybermen. I love the way Jake and Mickey was like, yes! Like it's also watching a football. The scene where a Cyberman head exploded is so graphical and for some reason I like that. The running in the factory with Cybermen screaming in pain and dying with loads of explosions is well done. I loved Murray Gold's music for it. When the Doctor, Rose and Pete climbed on the ladder of a Zeppelin where Jake and Mickey is flying on, it was interesting when he learned that from the PlayStation. And I loved his line when he's like, "Welcome to Mickey's Airlines, please enjoy your flight, woo!" When Mickey phones Rose and saying, "I'm coming to get you," that's the repeat of Christopher Eccleston's Doctor, when he said that from the screen at the end of Bad Wolf episode. So yeah, Cyber Controller, also known as Lumig, as it's him, climbed on a ladder below. The Doctor gave Pete his sonic screwdriver to burn the rope off, and yeah, Cyber Controller fell down into the fire. It's nice to see the TARDIS powered up, and it's really emotional when Rose called Peter Dad after she mentions parallel and real world, and he's like, don't, just don't, and walked off. All Rose wants is her dad back. I love Jakes' reaction when he sees TARDIS dematerialised and when it landed in Jackie's flat. I don't know how it fits in there. I'm guessing it damages the ceiling. So yeah, Mickey and Jake are in the van going through a lot of countries to stop the Cybermen factories, and I think they should do a spin-off series for that. That'll be great to see. I know the actors are older now, but they can always animate it and get, Clark and Andrew Hayden Smith to voice their characters. I'd watch that. It's really sad for Rose when Mickey had to stay and she can't see him again as the Doctor has to close the void, which means they can't ever return. So yeah, I really love that episode. If I had to have a favourite Doctor Who story, I'd go for this one, especially The Age of Steel. As it's really scary, I love the Cybermen, it's got great stories and musics, the casts are amazing, everything about this episode is fantastic, and I'm curious on what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.